Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's 25 to 4 here on Tuesday, the 29th of June, and we're watching history here. S&P a second ago had its nose above 4,300. As you can see, the Dow's up, the Nasdaq is up, and the S&P is up, pushing up above 4300. I suspect soon. The short-term trend is up, the underlying trend is up, and the longest measure of the trend, what's known as a confirmed call, is positive. So if we have a look at the market of the day, which is the S&P, that's the S&P pushing up strongly. There's no doubt that it's starting to get very overbought in the short term, but the trend is strongly up, and as you can see, that was the last little pullback after the FOMC, and that's all been chucked away. So the bears could only manage 3 or 4 down days. That was the turnaround last Monday. I explained the setup to the VectorVest regulars yesterday afternoon. It's what is known as a surprise attack, and my word, it was a surprise attack, and that pushed this up very strongly indeed. This market pushing up, and I suspect that it's going to get above 4,300 relatively soon. Wouldn't be at all surprised to see a little bit of a pullback after that, but we seem to have broken out, folks, of this range that's been in place since April, and that's quite a good sign, especially at this time of the year. I have some positions running in the American market, maybe not as brave as I should be. Apps, Tesla, Zoom, Growth Generation, and Palantir. I don't want to spend too much time on them, but that's Apps. I spoke about it at length based on this Gartley pattern. I've been holding it for quite a long time. Had 3 really good days, and the best we can hope for is a pullback and a kiss of that level. I got into the share ages ago, just here, so my stop loss is at entry. I came very close to getting stopped out on that pullback, but I didn't. And stop loss is at entry, and I'm reasonably happy with that. The fundamentals on VectorVest are excellent. That's Tesla. Tesla's charting a multiple inside day, so folks, if you're not into it, you could consider a trade in it above that level if it breaks out of that. It had exceptionally a couple of very good days last week, and I got into that as it broke that high. My stop loss was already at entry in that, and I would be tempted to add to the trade if it broke through that 700 level. It is a spread bet for me. That's Zoom going well. I've been in Zoom for quite a long time, and I've spoken about the setup, which is a Wyckoff type setup. Had a very good day yesterday. As you can see, it came back and kissed those tops, and with any luck we're going to move north. Maybe not today. Growth Generation is going well. Exceptionally well, and I'm very happy with that. That's one of my better ones. Got into it last week sometime, and stop's not at entry yet, but it's going to be at entry this afternoon, I think. And that's Palantir. Moved very strongly. Need to get the stop to entry in that relatively quickly. Until this market proves the contrary, that it's going to break out. Over the last few months, I've been getting out when I've made as much as I'd risked out of half the position, getting my stop loss to entry, and that's kept me profitable in this ranging market because the moves in fact haven't followed through. If we do break out strongly, which I'm hoping we're going to do, then I may change my mind and hold on to the entire position, but at the moment I'm exiting half when I made as much as the initial risk, get the stop to entry, and then do my best to let the other half run. And that strategy's worked well over the last 3 months. Gold has broken this fib level, and is sitting now on this horizontal support level, which is just here. Quite an important level, as you can see. It's been once, twice, three times, four times. So let's see what happens. But I've a funny feeling that it's going to go to that 78% level. Those of you that are holding gold shares, I lighten those gold positions a little bit. I'm not saying sell them all or get out, but sort of lighten them a little bit, I think. Polymetal for me is still well above well above where I've got my stop loss, and Pan African Resources is the same. But they've been disappointments, and as I've tried to mention all along, gold shares are not for the faint-hearted. There's a huge prize in gold. If gold gets to where I think it's going to get to 2,300, then gold shares are going to absolutely go through the roof. Those sort of moves are fought over, and markets tend to go back and forward for many times to get rid of non-believers before the move occurs, and that's far from being easy, I assure you. On the UK market, well, as ever, I haven't done anything. I'm considering adding to Blackrock World Mining. I should have in fact done it this morning, but I've been busy. And it's just above the £6 level, and I think it's done enough to add to that now. Down, dojis up, and I think that has to be added to. If I get time, I'll do that this afternoon or first thing tomorrow morning. I would like to buy it around the £6 level. Now, I may add that there is a lot of indecision in this market, because there are many exceptionally well-informed and educated people on different sides of this argument. The Fed and pretty much all economists are saying that inflation and the inflation trade is transitory. In other words, inflation is going to go away when the supply problems due to COVID are worked through. And of course, you've got people like Paul Tudor Jones, who is saying that inflation is much more entrenched. Ivan Glassberg at Glencore spoke about an incredible future for copper over the last couple of days, and the latter two people I've spoken about are not lightweights. So I think this is a great level to get in. Some of our VectorVest people got right in at the 78% retracement. That was a great level. But if this works out, there's still an awful lot of move on the upside. So that's something that I'm looking forward to doing. Platinum is still holding in there, and I'm very happy with the rest of the UK portfolio. I haven't done much. I did a Core Finance interview this morning, folks, if you look for it, and there I spoke about 6 small UK shares that look interesting for July 2021, and that will be posted on the VectorVest UK YouTube page. So stay strong, just watch those gold positions. Let's go back to the American market, and we can see the American market 4297, so that 4300 level still hasn't cracked substantially. I would suspect that to go this afternoon. Thanks very much, folks. Just be careful in gold. Bye bye.